time. We start from parietal. It is easy. Parietal bone, it has 4 angles and 4 borders: angulus frontalis, angulus accipitalis, angulus sphenoidalis, and angulus mastoidus. Borders: margo sagittalis, margo frontalis, margo accipitalis, and margo squamosus. External surface has tuber parietale, foramen parietale, and temporal line, linea temporalis inferior and linea temporalis superior. On internal surface, along of margus sagittalis, we have sulcus sinus sagittalis superior. That is the same groove like in occipital and frontal bone. That is the same groove, sulcus sinus sagittalis superior. And near of this groove we can see foveolae granularis. Foveolae granularis, that is place of attachment of granulations of arachnoidea. And in the region of angulus mastoidus, we have groove of sigmoid sinus, sulcus sinus sigmoideae, in the region of angulus mastoidus. And this groove help you to identify is it right or left bone. Marga squamosus should be laterally, and sulcus sinus sigmoideae posteriorly. That is right bone, it is left. That is right and left parietal bones. That is all about parietal. And now temporal. Os temporale. It consists of 3 parts. This part, that is pars squamosa. It is smallest part, pars tympanica. And last, that is pars petrosa. Pars petrosa. Stony part, that is pars petrosa. Pars squamosa has zygomatic process, processus zygomaticus. At the base of this process, we can see fossa mandibularis, and on the floor of this fossa mandibularis, we can see fissura tympana squamosa. That is fissura between pars tympanica and pars squamosa. But it is difficult to see that this fissura tympana squamosa subdivides with the help of small process of pars petrosa into 2 fissura. That is fissura petra squamosa and fissura petra tympanica, and whole this space fissura tympana squamosa. That is only uvulanza, but it is very difficult to see because that is artificial bone, and we not found this to smaller fissura. Then at the base of zygomatic process we can see tuberculum articulare, articular tubercle. Pars tympanica, tympanic part, it's round porus and meatus acousticus externus. Porus, that is opening, and meatus, that is like canal, it is inside of temporal bone. And pars tympanica, it makes anterior wall, inferior and posterior wall. And only superior wall of this porus and meatus, that is pars squamosa. And last, pars petrosa. Pars petrosa, it has pyramidal shape, it looks like pyramid. And this pyramid has anterior border, margo anterior, posterior border, margo posterior, and superior border, that is margo superior. 3 surfaces, facies anterior, facies posterior, and facies inferior. And again, that is anterior border, and it is anterior surface. That is posterior border, and it is posterior surface. But this one is superior border and inferior surface. Anterior border has eminence. It is not so clear. That is eminentia arcuata, and space between this eminence and pars squamosa, this place, that is roof of tympanic cavity, that is tegmen tympani. Tegmen tympani, roof of tympanic cavity. The same here it is two grooves. Groove of the great epitrothal nerve and lesser epitrothal nerve, sulcus nervi petrosi majoris and sulcus nervi petrosi minoris. And these two grooves continues into hiatus, hiatus canalis nervi petrosi majoris and hiatus canalis nervi petrosi minoris. They are near one from another, that is why not the same, not so easy to see where is hiatus of the greater canal and lesser canal. Along of superior border of pyramid we have groove of superior petrosal sinus, sulcus sinus petrosi superior, and here it is groove of inferior petrosal sinus, sulcus sinus petrosi inferior. Posterior surface of pyramid has porus and meatus acousticus internus. Here was external, and here it is internal, porus and meatus acousticus internus. The same, here it is, we have groove of sigmoid sinus. That is the same groove from like in occipital bone. That is groove of sigmoid sinus continues to the same groove in occipital bone, sigmoid sinus. And last, inferior surface. Here it is mastate process, processus mastoidus, stylate process, processus styloidus. Between them, foramen stylomastoidum, stylomastate foramen here. Medially from mastate process, we have mastate notch, incisura mastoidea, and medially groove of occipital artery, sulcus arteria occipitalis. Here it is jugular fossa, fossa jugularis. And last, temporal bone has three canals. First, that is canalis caroticus, carotid canal. It is on inferior surface and it has two apertura, apertura externa and apertura interna of carotid canal. Next canal, that is on the border between margo anterior of pyramid and pars squamosa. Here it is. That is canalis muscula tubarius. Canalis muscula tubarius. And this canal consists of two halves. Upper half of this canal, that is semicanalis, half canal, semicanalis musculus tensoris tympani. Here it is muscle which is tens tympanic membrane. And inferior half of this canal, that is semicanalis tuba auditiva, auditive tube, that is bony part of auditive tube, that is this lower part of this canal. Is it clear? Semicanalis tuba auditiva. Do you know what is auditive tube? Auditive tube, it is between middle ear and pharynx, nasal part of pharynx. It's equalized pressure between middle ear, tympanic cavity, and
Eustachian tube.
Eustachian tube.
Eustachian, yes, that is this tube, and that is why auditive tube is in lower part of this canal, that is semicanalis, half canal, semicanalis tuba auditiva. That is second canal. And last canal, impossible to see, but you need to answer. It is inside of temporal bone. That is facial canal, canalis facialis, because facial nerve pass through this canal, canalis facialis. This canal start inside of meatus acousticus internus, that is beginning of facial canal. It goes forward and laterally to the level of hiatus canalis nervi petrosi majoris. Then it goes backward to the level of eminentia arcuata, and at the level of this eminence it goes downward and leaves bone through foramen stylomastoidum. That is why beginning of facial canal in meatus acousticus internus, first turn at the level of hiatus canalis nervi petrosi majoris, it makes geniculum, knee of facial canal, geniculum canalis facialis, and second turn in the level of eminentia arcuata, and it goes downward through foramen stylomastoidum. If we want to see this canal, necessary to cut temporal bone, and we will see inside this canal. Now you will answer only oral answer how it's passed, but we have not got possibility to see where is it.
Okay.
3 canals. One again. First canal, that is carotid canal, canalis caroticus. It has apertura externa and apertura interna. Canalis muscula tubarius, and it consists of 2 half canals, semicanalis musculus tensoris tympani and semicanalis tuba auditiva, and facial canal, which is start in meatus acousticus internus and opens into foramen stylium stadium. Any questions?
So, there's a specific name for these things?
Oh, that is sulci arteriosi. That is places where arteries attach. Sulci arteriosi, that is grooves where arteries attach to bones. Something else? Well, how to identify temporal bone? You take this way. Porus acousticus externus should be laterally, and zygomatic process
Should be
in front, anteriorly, forward. Or mastate process posteriorly. That is left bone, and this is right. Right and left temporal bone. Well, I bring you knife, but I will not eat this cake, sorry.